Welcome in. Thanks for joining us for the WHHI Daily News, where we strive to bring you more Lowcountry news more often. I'm Bob Stevens. Maybe the most civil election we will see in some time concludes Tuesday when a few hundred of you in Beaufort will elect a new mayor who will be up for election again in just a year. Mike Sutton and Phil Cromer have both served 8 years on the city council at different times, and seldom have you heard a discouraging word between the two, who both admit the other guy would do a good job. Voting locations have been consolidated for this special election. There are 5 polling places for the 13 precincts. You can find out where to vote at the Beaufort City website or at scvotes.gov. Beaufort County isn't going to have the Defusky Ferry Landing at Palmetto Bay Marina ready for the first of the year, so it is kind of splitting the difference between Palmetto Bay and the current Buckingham Landing temporarily, departing from the Hague boat landing on Pinckney Island, right off Highway 278. It's going to stay that way until the Palmetto Bay Landing is ready. Right now, there is less parking and more squawking from businesses and neighbors at Palmetto Bay than there is on Pinckney Island, at least anyway. Good news for folks who drive on Hilton Head's Main Street. The town of Hilton Head has taken ownership from the Main Street businesses that had owned it for decades. So now the uneven pavement can be fixed, and maybe kids walking toward the school complex will someday get sidewalks. The town already owns the street between Whooping Crane and Hospital Boulevard, and it's in a lot better shape than the street between Whooping Crane Circle and the schools. Construction on Main Street and the adjacent side streets will begin next month, could be done by late March. Construction on the 2 new parks on Hilton Head might not begin until early of 2025, but the plans are almost completely approved and will offer up not only almost 9 acres of green space, where there really hasn't been much in the past, it'll also offer up some more history from the island's interesting past. The Patterson Family Park on Marshland Road has been over 20 years in the planning. It'll offer a farm-inspired playground with hands-on science features and historical stories embedded in the fence overlooking Broad Creek. The Taylor Family Park's 5 acres sit between Gumtree and Wild Horse Roads and will have more of a fishing theme with preserved live oaks and also an interactive playground with areas to grill. The town plans to spend about $3 million each outfitting the 2 parks. Here's a blast from the past. After a 5-year hiatus, Hilton Head High's world's largest yard sale will be back on February 24th, turning the parking lot at the high school into, well, an enormous yard sale. For $50, sellers can get a parking place-sized spot to sell their collectibles or maybe just clean out the garage. Admission to the sale will be free. Proceeds go into a fund for teacher supplies and classroom projects. And if you're so inclined to join in, the town of Bluffton is having a ceremony to celebrate outgoing Mayor Lisa Sulka's 22 years of service. Tuesday, Town Hall on Bridge Street from 4 until 5 p.m. before her last town council meeting. Sulka served on the town's ATAX Advisory Committee starting in 2002. She was elected to town council in 2004 and mayor in 2008, leading the town through its enormous growth over the last 15 years. For more details on these stories and other Lowcountry news, we invite you to visit the sources listed on your screen. We're going to talk sports in just a little bit, but first, a weather update from Maria Soden.
Thanks, Bob. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to get a break from all the rain we had this weekend, but we are going to see much cooler temperatures as we get through this week. So taking a look at Tuesday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, with Hilton having a high of 56, a low of 41. Bluffton's going to have a high of 57, a low of 38, and Beaufort's going to have a high of 57 and a low of 39. The sunrise for Tuesday is going to be at 7:14 and sunset's going to be at 5:19. Looking at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 8:25 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 3:49 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, Wednesday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy, with the highs getting into the upper 50s and 60s and lows in the 40s. Then come Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy but pretty windy, with the max wind gusts getting up to 33 miles per hour. And then the highs are going to be in the 50s and lows are going to drop down to the 40s and 30s. Then come Friday, it's going to be breezy with partly cloudy skies, with highs in the 50s and lows stay down into the 30s. That's it for today. Let's head it back to the desk.
When we come back, some terrific pictures from the boat parade along Skull Creek over the weekend. And up next, though, we're going to talk about a pregnancy center in the Lowcountry and how they can help toward the end of this year. Stay with us.